So on this class opener, we're going to review algebraic expressions, and we're going to be doing this every day until we actually take a quiz or test on this. So on this particular class opener, we have the verbal phrase, and we need to write the algebraic expression, the variable expression. So we need to be familiar with the words and familiar when to switch the order and stuff like that. So let's take a look at number one. By the way, I would copy these down because these are the same exact questions that you're going to see on the quizzes and tests. Okay, so let's take a look at number one. The word quotient. What does quotient mean? Division. So you could put the division with the division symbol, or you could put it as a fraction. So the quotient, I want to put it as a fraction of 2 and x. So you put the 2 up on top, the x on the bottom, and we are done. So right here, it's not important to just jot down the answer. You want to copy down the instructions and the actual verbal phrase, and then the actual algebraic expression that we're writing. That way you could have something to study for the next quiz. Number two, 2/3 the square of b. Okay, so what is 2/3 really? What is 2/3? It's a fraction, right? It's a 2 over 3. Fraction, 2 over 3. Now, when I say 2/3 of 90 or 2/3 of anything, it's really saying 2/3 times whatever that value is, okay? For example, if I said, what's 1/2 of 20? What's 1/2 of 20? Everybody knows what's that? 10, right? So when I say 1/2 of 20, that's really saying 1/2 times 20. That's how you get 10. If you do that on the calculator, 1/2 of 20, it's 1/2 times 20. So right here, 2/3 of anything, you have to put multiplication right there. 2/3 what? The square of b. So how do we represent the square of b?
3 over.
You do this, right? You put b as a square. No, I'm just kidding. That was lame. Let's erase that. Hold on. The square of b is b squared. So that's your answer, 2/3 the square of b. And I've seen certain books or worksheets where they actually multiply this fraction times b squared, and then they end up writing it as 2b squared over 3. But I would just leave it like this. Okay, let's move on. Number 3, the sum. What does sum mean? Plus, right? So let's put a plus. Do I need to switch anything? No. The only time you switch the order is when you have the word than or from. If you ever have the word than or from, like if it would say like subtracted from or greater than, that's when you switch the order. But right here, it's the word sum. It just means add. You're not switching anything. And what are we adding? We're adding 11, and we're also adding twice a number. So since we're not switching the order, the 11 comes first, and twice a number, that means 2 times a number. So you're going to put 2 times x. So the correct algebraic expression here is 11 plus 2x. Number 4, 9 times, well, I know what that means. That means multiplication. 9 times what? It says a number plus 11. Okay, so a number, that's just x, plus 11, that's just plus 11. Too easy. Now, I could leave it like this, 9 and the multiplication symbol, x plus 11, or I could just write it a little bit cleaner, 9x plus 11. Because after all, 9x really means 9 times x plus 11, right? So either one of those is good. Number 5, what does decrease by mean? Minus. Do I switch the order? Do I switch the order? No. Again, it doesn't say subtracted from. It doesn't say less than. If you have the words from or than, that's when you switch the order. So I'm not going to switch the order. That's just an 11 out here in the front. And I'm going to subtract twice a number. That's 2x. 2 times x. Right? So 11 minus 2x is the answer for number 5. Number 6. 1 subtracted from. What does subtracted from imply? A switch in the order. Yeah, subtracted, you're subtracting. But the word from, this guy right here, guys, when it says subtracted from, that implies a switch. So you're going to take this 1 and put it over here, and you're going to take this number and put it over here. And you could use any variable you want, technically. It could be n minus 1, right here, x minus 1, whatever you want. Again, the words from or than imply a switch. So like right here, we have the word than. That's going to be a switch in order. Okay. So again, the words from or than imply a switch. So on the last one, we have 89 less than. Less than means minus. And the word than implies a switch. So I'm going to put this 89 second. And I'm going to put this in the front. Now what is that? That's the square of a number. Okay. So what am I going to write? The square of a number. Any variable squared. So your algebraic expression right there is x squared minus 89. Okay? So we need to be able to read a phrase the way we're doing right here and be able to write the algebraic expression or the variable expression, whatever you want to call it. But sometimes I give you the variable expression and I want you to write out the phrase in words. So it depends what the instructions say. I would really watch this video and understand it a couple of times. That way, when you take the quiz, the next quiz, you're going to have these same exact questions on there. Everybody should be able to get an A+ on that section of the quiz.